After this, Draymond Green's career in the NBA is officially over. With all hopes of making the playoffs slowly vanishing, this season is over for the Golden State Warriors. And because of that, they are making some changes, one of which has the potential to destroy Draymond Green's career. So join me as I walk you through why Draymond Green's career is over after this. Back from suspension. For the first time in a month, Draymond Green has returned. The power forward was suspended after hitting Phoenix Suns center Jusuf Nurkic in the face. The extended punishment was no doubt driven by Draymond Green's reputation, or as the NBA would put it, Draymond's repeated history of unsportsmanlike acts. We're talking about a player who has been ejected from 20% of his games this season alone. And on top of that, he has been suspended twice. First for choking Rudy Gobert, and again for the Nurkic incident. So with 178 technical fouls, the highest in the NBA since Draymond was drafted in 2012, 6 suspensions, and 20 ejections in a 12-year career, there is little doubt that Draymond has a long history of unsportsmanlike behavior, and his recent suspension was deserved. Whether fair or not, his reputation in the NBA has suffered. I mean, there's talk of him having mental health difficulties, and everyone is weighing in. Nurkic said, "What's going on with him? I don't know. Personally, I feel like that brother needs help. I don't know what people go through. It's not our problem, but he's an NBA champion for me. Hall of Famer still. It's kind of sad to see people going in a bad direction." Charles Barkley, who had always sided with Draymond, also weighed in on his on-court action and said he knows firsthand that Draymond is playing like he did before the suspension because he is frustrated that he can't play the way he used to play. "My last 2 years with the Rockets, I sucked as a player. I actually hit Othella Harrington. Nobody knows about it. I hit him in practice because he was working so hard and there was nothing I could do about it. It was because I couldn't play anymore, so I was playing dirty. I see the same thing with Draymond. He's not the same player and he's frustrated." In any event, the concerns were all about the star forward seeking therapy to settle his mental health. But in many ways, it appears that the NBA is trying to put Draymond Green on a leash. And keeping Draymond on a leash does not benefit anyone. There's a reason why the Warriors and Steve Kerr have allowed him to play freely over the years. Unfortunately, whether Draymond is on a leash or not, it does not change the reality that, as Charles Barkley stated, the 2017 Defensive Player of the Year is no longer the player he once was, and his career in the NBA now depends on whether he survives this trade deadline. Trade talks.
Regarding the Dubs, there's been a lot of trade rumors. I know my name has came up. I know everyone's name has come up except for Steph Curry. To be honest, I have not thought about it one bit. I hear all the same things that all you guys hear. I know we've been linked to a Pascal Siakam. You know, everybody's saying, oh, the Warriors got to make a trade. They're going to make a trade. I mean, if you're 18 and 22, how can you question anything someone does? So we've never really been an active team at the trade deadline. Like over the course of 12 years, that's what, 8 or 9 guys? It's not a lot. However, we also do have a new GM, and Mike has been incredible, by the way. You know, he could work differently than Bob. He could be more aggressive at the trade deadline than Bob were. I don't know. I don't really have a feel for it. Do I think I'll be traded? I hope not.
Ahead of the NBA trade deadline on February 8th, various names have been floated for potential deals with the Warriors. A team below 500, currently 12th in the Western Conference, with a losing record of 18 and 22, definitely needs a roster rebuild, especially one that was expected to be a title contender this season. Anyway, among the names mentioned in trade talks involving the Warriors is Draymond Green, the same power forward who recently signed a 4-year, $100 million contract with the Golden State Warriors. According to speculation, the team is trying its best to acquire the best players while giving up some bad players on the roster. At the moment, the Warriors don't have much of an asset to trade because only Steph Curry has proven to be invaluable on the roster. Andrew Wiggins has been disappointing this season, but he is still young, and there are hopes that he will return to his 2021-2022 form. Klay Thompson, on the other hand, has shown signs of remaining important in recent games, and he is a proven playoff performer. Besides, if the Warriors try to include him in a trade, he is more valuable to teams that want to clear salary space. Moreover, trading him right now might seem like a bad idea because they would need a lot of assets to replace him. In any case, Draymond Green seems like the player the Warriors would want to get rid of, a year after he signed a $100 million deal. The Warriors' front staff is considering acquiring Utah Jazz's Lauri Markkanen to assemble a highly competitive squad, and there are rumors that a package involving Draymond might land Markkanen. Moreover, considering his relationship with LeBron James, the Lakers may come calling for his services. In any case, aside from building a competitive roster, there are deeper reasons why Draymond Green's name is in trade talks this early. There's a reason his career in the NBA is hanging in the balance of what happens next in the next few weeks. Why is he in trade talks? After 12 years and 4 championships with the team that drafted him, Draymond Green has come to be the kind of basketball player you would expect to end his career with one franchise. Sadly, these trade talks only mean that might not be possible, but you have to understand that he brought this on himself. With 3 ejections and 2 suspensions through 15 games, and at a point where Steve Kerr is starting to lose his patience with the team's key player, Draymond's career with the Warriors just might be over. You have to keep in mind that he is the very person Jordan Poole, who was meant to be the Warriors franchise's future, is now wearing a Washington Wizards jersey. From punching Poole to repeatedly declining Coach Steve Kerr's advice to mend his relationship with Poole by taking him to dinner, Draymond, according to Kerr, is the reason the Warriors couldn't defend their championship in the 2022-2023 season. And now in the 2023-2024 season, Draymond Green could very well be the only reason the Warriors season is falling apart. The power forward has been ejected from 20% of the games he has played this season. He's missed 17 games due to suspension, 2 due to injury, and 1 for personal reasons. You have to agree that at this point where the Warriors need their veteran leader on the court, his absence, all of which is his fault, is hurting the team. Interestingly, while many would accept that Draymond's presence is needed by the Warriors to improve them defensively, the truth is that the Warriors are better off without Draymond in the lineup than with him. And that is sad. The Warriors are 18-22, but went 7-5 during Draymond's absence. With Draymond on the court, the Warriors allow 119.8 points per 100 possessions, which is very similar to a bottom 10 defense. When Draymond is not on the court, the team allows 112.1 points per 100 possessions, which is similar to a top 20 defensive unit. This season, his declining rim protection has been too clear. Only last season, players shot 11.5 percentage points worse around the rim while Draymond was present. In 2021 and 22, they shot 8.8 percentage points lower. In 2020-2021, opponents shot nearly 13 percentage points worse compared to 8.4 percentage points in 2019-2020. This season, while Draymond is on the court, players have shot 7.8 percentage points higher than their averages. This season, Golden State has outscored opponents by 3.3 points per 100 possessions with Draymond, but has been outscored by 5.8 points per 100 possessions with him. Draymond has become a shadow of himself, and his string of suspensions after signing a 4-year, $100 million contract has the Warriors' front office considering trading Draymond Green to form a more competitive squad. Unfortunately, although the suspensions of a trade may be easily disregarded, it really doesn't help that Draymond recently admitted to considering retirement. Retirement plans. Draymond Green's recent suspension was worth it, no doubt. I mean, he did this.
Oh, man.
Well, that's going to be a flight
ejection. Boy, that is a...
Just less than a month after he did this.
So no punches between McDaniels and Thompson, just a lot of swinging. Green comes in there, a chokehold on Rudy Gobert. Steve Kerr is telling Draymond, let go, let go. Finally, he does.
Anyway, the NBA was having none of such behaviors again, and as such, he got suspended indefinitely, which ended up being 12 games, costing him $1.84 million in salary. Nonetheless, during his time being suspended, the 4-time All-Star had time to think, and in his words, he considered retiring from the NBA. I told him, Adam, this is too much for me. This is too much. It's all becoming too much for me, and I'm going to retire, Draymond said. He stated that he had a long conversation with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver about retiring from the league, but Adam eventually convinced him that he was making a rash decision. The fact that Draymond Green has considered retirement suggests that the power forward, who is 33 years old, understands that his time in the league is up. Obviously, he just signed a new 4-year contract and may not intend to leave the entire $100 million. But having such sentiments after being instructed not to play dirty again shows that Draymond is a walking time bomb. One more incident and he will call it quits. And knowing Draymond, it's possible. Besides, with the trade talks, his head might just not be in the right place, as he now knows more than ever that he could be leaving the dynasty he built alongside Klay and Steph. Whatever the case, Draymond Green's career is almost officially over. Anyway, some fans have been quick to comment on Draymond Green's future with the Warriors and the NBA. One user commented, "Just retire, we beg." Another commented, "This guy's trash. He pulls a lot of antics to compensate for his lack of skills. Trade him to another team. We'll see how inefficient he is." In any case, no one knows what the future holds for Draymond Green. We can only hope he bows out with his head high. If you enjoyed this video, the next video on your screen is worth your time.